Now this is how to machine bind your quilt. So I have applied the binding to the back of the quilt. Usually you apply it to the front, fold it to the back and machine stitch it. I've applied it to the back and I'm folding it to the, sorry, did I say machine or hand stitching? You usually apply it to the front of the quilt, fold it to the back of the quilt and hand stitch it. I'm applying it to the back of the quilt, folding it to the front of the quilt and machine stitching it. Now, how do I machine stitch it neatly so that I catch both the front and the back without jumping off and making it look ugly? So this stitching guide is the 1/4 inch seam where I applied it. That stitching line is my guide. What I need to do is I need to fold it over and I need to just go over the line. Just go over the line. And this is where pinning is your friend. I don't normally like to pin, but you know, sometimes it's useful. See, I'm just going over that stitching line, not too far. I'll do a few and show you what happens when you get to the corner. See, just over that stitching line, keeping it the same sort of width. Get to the corner and you'll have this mitre to make. Now on the back, this is where my double thickness of fabric is on this side. So I want to fold it so that the double thickness of fabric is on the opposite side, and that reduces bulk just a little bit. Okay, does that make sense? So there's a double thickness of fabric on that side on the back and the double thickness on this side on the front, so it evens out. So just over my stitching line, get rid of that thread. I'm going to pin it around the corner first and then fold it down from here. Maybe I should put a big sign up telling my neighbours, filming in progress. They probably come in and want to have a watch, so I won't do that. Okay, so then what you do, so see I've pinned my corner and I've just pinned it over that stitching line. Once you've pinned the whole thing, which I haven't, but you know, for the camera's sake, so then I'm just going to check where my needle's going to hit. And it is going to hit, I'm going to come over just slightly more. If I put it in here, get pinned to show you, so it's probably what, 1/8 or a little bit less away from the edge. I'm using this as a guideline. Now when I sew, I know that that's going to catch the back binding as well, because I've used that previous stitching line as a guide, and I will show you. Take it slow and steady. It's much easier to go straight when you're going slow and steady. I don't remove my pins all the way. Corners are probably where it gets a little bit tricky. I'm using my pin to hold it. Got my needle down. Turn it around. Oops, see, I probably missed it just a little bit. But we'll see when we get to the back. I don't use machine binding for heirloom quilts or quilts I'm going to put in the show. I use it for exactly what I'm doing here. Placemats, kids quilts, drag around quilts, charity quilts that I need to be finished in a hurry. So that's about as far as I've pinned. So I'm just going to trim it. You see, stitched nicely. And on the back, I have caught that edge, and I've caught this edge too, because I've used that stitching line as a guide. So that is how you machine bind a quilt. Go and have fun with it, and yeah, no tantrums required anymore when you're trying to make it look neat and tidy. I'm Charlotte from the Slightly Made Quilt Lady. I hope you enjoyed watching.